What up, everyone? Welcome to the Brunch Gimmick. We are here live every Sunday morning. I am joined this week by Triple B himself, Big Bad Boris. Boris, how are you doing? How's your Sunday going?
I have to make some apologies, Lawrence. Good morning. Welcome. I'm very pleased to be here, but I have to make some apologies. I want to apologize to you. I want to apologize to JPJ and Pluggo and Spencer, and I want to apologize to everybody in the world that creates online content, okay? Because it's over. It is done. I win, everybody else loses, because last night on Saturday Night Love, we created the greatest hour and 20 minutes of content that the internet has ever seen. Mars the Specialist guy, is that a Deadpool glass? That's cool. Mars the Special set it up with a new internet Titantron video and a new name. And it was glorious. If you get a chance, go over to the Twitch and watch it back, and we'll see if I'm still employed in the wrestling business by the time you're done. The greatest hour and 20 minutes of content ever produced. You're welcome. We did it here at Love Wrestling.
With that said, everyone should be checking out Saturday Night Love every Saturday night at midnight Eastern, 10 p.m. Mountain Time, right? That's
you're long in bed by the time that comes on, right? Because you're way east.
Yeah, I'm also, I work super early in the morning, like during the week, and like I can't sleep in at all on weekends. So I'm asleep. I'm definitely asleep. Like the best case scenario is I already passed out and woke up. I think I woke up just in time for the show to start, then fell back asleep. Like a guy checked.
It exists in archival format, and I highly suggest that you make it part of. We did some trivia last night. I rolled some exclusive footage I shot in the locker room at LPW 28, discussing potato chips. I mean, we won the internet twice. Yeah. 2-time internet winners, as far as I'm concerned. I'm done blowing my own horn. We can continue on with our lives.
Speaking of which, how was the show last night? Friday night, sorry. Yeah.
Thursday
show. And Friday night. Yeah.
First of all, Thursday night, the Canadian Goose is now referred to as the Thursday Night Delight. Congratulations on his gutsy performance and win, becoming the new clandestine Wrestling Society champion of Salvation. The Friday night show, I think, is one of the best that we did back to back. I think I don't like using the term match of the year, instant classics, and all that crap. But Casey Ferreira pinch hit on Friday night, and him and Reed Matthews put on a fantastic 20-minute draw. I definitely would like to see Casey Ferreira back. If you get a chance to check that out. And then right after that was MRB and Judas Icarus, and those resumes are well known. Main event, we saw Mars the Specialist win the big one. That was one of the, and we always put on good shows, and I'm not just saying it because I'm an employee, but I truly believe that we put on great shows every month, and that's one of the best shows that we've done. So definitely, when it's all edited up and sweet, definitely check it out, because there was some really, really, really good stuff. We're surrounded by good people, the best people in their fields. And we're lucky to have them all.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Like, shout out to Mars and Canadian Goose. You can see right here on Monday Night Shaw, his show every Monday night. Very exciting stuff coming out of LPW this weekend, and the future of LPW, especially going
now by law, I have to do this. By law, This has to be shown every time I'm on the internet, because this is the single greatest thing that's ever happened. And the fact that we live in the same time as this photograph is a testament to how lucky we are.
Yep.
But the best part now, though, is that we can add a second layer to it. Now, I don't mean to take over here. I'm going to let you host the show.
No, go ahead.
We can add this bad boy to that now, too. And, I mean, we could just log off now and like best show we've ever done.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'll give the reins back to you now.
No, I was just mentioning that, especially like LPW has just been on fire recently, as you mentioned, and especially going into the brawl, the West Edmonton Mall show coming up, the massive show. We got Rob Van Dam, we've got the Voros twins, like. Huge show.
Gigi Ray, Jasmine Allure. We made an announcement last night. I wonder if I can do this. I apologize if I'm
go ahead
taking over your life here, but we made an announcement last night about the
your mic cut out a little bit.
I think my internet is being really...
Yeah, that's better.
But we made an announcement on the Scramble Championship. New Scramble champion Eli Sturge is going to defend his title against the Canadian Goose, Wolfboy Will Mantla, and all three members of the Rads, which is very, very interesting. Rich King, T.Y. Jackson, and one like Larry Wood. So that's an announcement we made last night as well. So yeah, the West End show is going to be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Omar in the chat. How you doing, Omar? Hope you're having a good weekend. Saying Boris is the best commentator of all time. Clearly on Boris's payroll.
But all joking aside, when people say
billions.
when people say that, it does mean a lot. I take a lot of pride in what I do, and I feel it's like the only thing in the world I'm good at, and the only time of my life that I'm comfortable in my own skin is behind that microphone. Yeah. So I do appreciate that people take out what I try to put in. Sorry, I feel like I'm taking over here. I apologize. Continue.
No, it's collaborative here. Both shows were awesome. What up, Aaron? But Thursday was one of those feel-good moments for the Goose. That reminds me why I love wrestling so much. I can't remember the last time I popped that hard when he won. Yeah, that's like well-earned victory for Canadian Goose, who was injured last year. I think it was last year, right? Yeah. And because like I can't remember time, but like coming back to LPW, and now like he was doing commentary for a while, he was the announcer for the Thursday night shows for a bit, and now huge title win. I'm excited for what the future has for Goose. Good.
And it was one of those things that was really cool when he got the win and everybody was honking, because everybody on the floor was, but like my peripheral vision of people beside me, and there was arms going up and down, honking everywhere. It really was like one of those feel-good moments that we love in wrestling. You know, sometimes, you know, we like it when the bad guys win, but sometimes you like that syrupy, sweet, feel-good moment, and that was definitely one of them.
Yeah. So speaking of feel-good moments, I had a very fun weekend last weekend. As the hat tells you, TNA was in town right here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And started on Thursday afternoon. Zach and I went to the press conference. I got to ask a quick question to the dais, which was a lot of fun. Like, that press conference was pretty, like, honestly, very easy, a lot of fun. My first official press conference experience, so that was fun to get off.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Thursday night, that was Thursday. Friday night, Joel Pearl came to town. Shout out to the good friend Joel. Messaged me to meet up for drinks. We were having a drink downtown just ourselves. Then he is texting. He's friends with one of the TNA refs. And they're like, oh, they're at this other bar, like a little further away. We end up taking an Uber there. It's like that ref, a bunch of like TNA like backstage staff, and AJ Francis, who...
Oh, right on.
Contrary to like his on-screen character, very, very nice human being, very funny person. Like, had a great time there on Thursday night.
I love what they're doing with him. I'm really surprised that they took that title off him so early, but I love like the charisma and like just the snarky snottiness. It's one of the highlights of the show for me. And yeah, I get a vibe from him that he'd be kind of a cool guy.
Yeah,
and you pick up the tab.
Yeah, that is legitimately what happened. Yeah. And we had no idea. Like they left a little before us, and we also like we were just waiting to pay our bill, and the waitress like stood over us for like 30 seconds. Like, you do realize that he paid your bill? I'm like, no, we did not. That's why we're still here.
That's a class move. AJ Francis picked up the tab. That should be a tweet. Somebody tweet that. AJ Francis picked up the tab. That's LPW 32. I was naming new LPW shows last night.
Yeah.
That's LPW 34. AJ Francis picked up the tab.
But yeah, I absolutely
LPW
agree.
33 was Jack Pride plays the trumpet. That's
just the whole show. That should be the whole show. You're going to commit to the name throughout everyone's match. He has to play the trumpet.
Yeah, we're trying to put a band together. Music.
Yeah, starting a ska band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to do a ska cover of that 7 o'clock It's Time for a Party song. We're going to play it live before the show. We solved all the world's problems last night. Yeah. We solved all the world's problems. We created new problems and then solved them last night.
Yeah. But yeah, and Saturday night was the big show, Slammiversary. That was a very fun show. Like, the atmosphere, to no one's surprise, like, sold out 4,000 strong, and it was like a legitimate sellout too. Like, it was very hard to find seats, to find like an empty seat in there. Verdon Auditorium was set up perfectly for it. Like, I felt they found the perfect venue for themselves.
I was going to say it looked really good on TV for sure. You know, the vibe it gave me in a weird way, not like the content of the show, but just the way it looked and sounded. It gave me a very much an old ECW pay-per-view vibe. Like, it was a nice big crowd, and they kind of had it mic'd up so you could hear him and see him. And it's not like 30,000 people, but it's 5,000 really strong fans. And yeah, I got like an ECW pay-per-view vibe from how it looked. But yeah, great to see like a packed house for TNA for sure.
Yeah, and we got like I mentioned, but like we got the two very good hometown feel-good moments of PCO winning in like a very fun match with AJ Francis. Like, it was a like not very long, like it was the perfect length. Hi.
Say hi to Laurence.
Hi, Laurence.
She delivered me this delicious Pabst Blue Ribbon. Oh, you even opened it for me. Look at that. That's mine. Oh, that's yours.
Well, it was mine.
All right.
You get my leftovers.
Okay, we'll take your crap and get out of here. I know, I'm just kidding. Thank you very much. Peace.
Peace. I love you. Be good, be careful, be kind.
It's a quality woman, Laurence. That's a woman of quality right there.
Trying to get.
Anyway, continue. I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, but
I've been trying to do that, and you know, at the least they can send me some stuff. But whatever. Anyway, continue. Saturday night was the big pay-per-view.
Yeah. We got the big pop of PCO winning. Like, Joel like noticed it too, and I noticed it like the next night especially. But there is a definite age cut between the part of the crowd that was there for PCO and the part of the crowd that was there for Speedball. Like, 40 and over was definitely the PCO crowd, and like the 35s and under were definitely the Speedball crowd. Which was like a lot of fun to see. But like, man, they sold a lot of those PCO shirts that were there. Right on. And PCO was definitely over. It's a big moment for him. He was legitimately all week for like over a week, was in Montreal for like the last 2 or 3 weeks was here promoting the show like consistently. So a huge debt of credit for like that sellout goes to him. Speedball 2 was there though that entire week at every event, getting the word out about the show. Like, I mentioned before, but like TNA did a great job advertising in the city, and there's a reason they sold out those 4,000 tickets, and they put on a hell of a show. Like, that moment was great. Like, AJ Francis, you mentioned, like, it's not really a spoiler, but like over the next 2 weeks, like this week and next week, the 2 tapings, AJ Francis is all over it, and he's there for a reason. Like when I was talking to him, he mentioned that the title he had, the Digital Media Championship, I believe, right? I think that's what. But yeah, the title that PCO now has, like, before was seen as like a sort of like pre-show match title, and now because of him, it's now on the main card, because he is, say what you will about like his in-ring stuff, he's one of the more entertaining and fun cat. Like, there's a reason he made it into WWE. There's a reason why TNA signed him. He's legitimately one of the more entertaining and like better trash talkers in TNA. And what he's doing with First Class is a lot of fun, and like he's got a lot of ideas for it too. And like he is like another one of the people. Like he mentioned that, like in WWE they took the mic out of the rapper's hand, which like you don't want to take the mic out of the person who talks, who's best trace talking, and that's something that, especially like you'll see on the tapings, TNA makes a good point of highlighting. But yeah, great match between those two. Then we got the speedball match, which I loved. It was a great match. Like the main thing with like people talk about is like all the like extra stuff added to it, but like to me that it was set up beforehand. Like that was the story they were telling. Is Mustafa Ali is gonna do this like version of Mustafa Ali was gonna cheat, use every member of security to cheat, and like I really enjoyed that. I definitely like lost my mind. Oh, we've got to run in here. Speaking of commentators, I think making his commentary debut in just a few hours. He's not on yet. You good to go, Mike? I'm gonna see.
Yeah, I am.
Making his crossbody commentary debut in
No,
just
it's not.
few hours. It's on? You've done it before?
I did the Final Uproar.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
His second time doing commentary for Crossbody on the show coming up at 4 p.m. on YouTube, on the Crossbody Pro Wrestling YouTube, which after this, head over there. Mike from Indeed. Mike, how you doing?
I'm good. Doing a live podcast. What's up, buddy? Just hanging out with generational Alex Gagne.
Hey. Yeah. So, just let us know about the show. What's going on today? Who's going to be on there? I think there's a clear love pro wrestling. Somebody who's just at LPW.
Good question. I'm doing commentary and I can't remember the whole card, so this is a good sign, right?
No, you can.
I'm not the only one.
Hey, shit happens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go take a picture of the whiteboard after I get off of here, and that'll be how I know.
Yeah.
God bless
independent
wrestling.
Who's on the card today?
Okay, so the most important thing about this card is the main event. The main event today, we got Ontario standout Gabriel Fuerza teaming up with the first female graduate of the Crossbody Pro Wrestling Academy, Crystal Moon.
Yeah.
And they will be taking on. They'll be taking on the team of Kylie Ray, making her Crossbody Pro Wrestling debut.
Yeah.
And making her pro wrestling debut, period. Crossbody's second ever female graduate, Jalen Hill, is teaming up with Kylie Ray. So, looking forward to that.
Exciting match.
I'm super excited. I'm super excited about that because one, Kylie Ray. Two, Fuerza and Crystal Moon getting to, both have some time in the ring wrestling Kylie Ray is going to be great. But then seeing a homie debut, someone who I've been seeing at all sorts of shows around the area, working ring crew, doing everything she can to help out. Super passionate wrestling student, and then for her to debut and get to also, team up with her hero and her idol in wrestling, Kylie Ray, is just fucking rad. So rad.
And what's crazy about that too is I mean, wrestling has changed a lot since I started, but having your very first match broadcast live to the world that's how the business is now, just because of the way the internet and stuff is. But that's adds a lot of stress, because a lot of people have their first match in front of 12 people at some community hall, and you can kind of control it in case it's a disaster. And I'm not saying it's going to be a disaster. I'm not trying to say that, but having that kind of pressure, you got to deliver. But I'm sure that they're going to do great.
Yeah. So Ben won't graduate anybody out of the academy and put them in a match here that he doesn't feel that they're absolutely ready for, So, and if you follow him on any social media at all, you'll see him posting after training, Jalen staying back to work on, a cool sequence she saw that she wants to learn, that kind of stuff. So she's ready. She's definitely ready. I'm stoked. I get to call her debut match. I get to call her a great match today. It's a good day.
Yeah, I remember Ben posted the video of her finding out about this match with Kylie Ray, which is super sweet.
Yeah.
With everyone in the ring after the show.
Yep, they did it on intermission at the last show with all the students in the ring at the same time. She had no idea who she was getting as her tag partner or what her match was going to be or anything. So it was a really cool surprise. It was a really cool surprise. It was really cool to be like in the building and be like part of that moment in any way, shape, or form. I love it here. It's this is one of my happy places in indie wrestling.
Right on. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Feel free to drop me out into the lobby, but I'm going to walk around and I will try to find you some homies to jump on here with.
Alrighty. So I'll get back to Mike, our special correspondent, Mike from Indeed, live from Crossbody Pro Wrestling, live from the jungles of Crossbody Pro Wrestling. His full name is Mike Indeed. Government name. He tried to change it for a bit, but we all know the truth. How are you doing, Dara? Amazing, by the way. Thanks for dropping in the chat. So yeah, he's going to try to get us some people as we go. But yeah, I like the speedball match. How did you feel about it?
I wasn't a big fan of the whole Earl Hebner thing, but again, I'm a bit of an older guy, and I lived that, and I've had to like live it for 97. Good God, that's like 30 years. Lord. Yeah, brother. But like the match itself was great. It's great to see Speedball get some singles gold. It was kind of cool. They had Veda there in the front row. That was a whole cool thing, and the match is good. Ali is great.
Yeah,
the promos are great. The work is great. It's great for me personally to see Campaign Singh. He came up through here in Alberta, and he's a good friend of mine, and it's great to see him back on TV and then being the slimy heel that he's so good at being. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, I legitimately lost my line at the finish. Like, they did a good job of the false finish of hit the foot on the rope and his music hitting. And it was funny about, all right, we've got our first guest. How goes it, Ben?
My finger's in you way. Oh, there we go. I got you.
That's what she said.
Phone. I'm borrowing Mike's phone. I'm Mike Indeed.
Yeah.
As you can tell by the nameplate on my phone.
Legally, you're Mike Indeed now. Congratulations.
Yes, I use Nord MVP.
Yeah.
I called it MVP because
VPN.
Really is the MVP.
Yeah, VPNs.
The MVP of VPN.
What a great ad read. Ben with Don't you guys love having me on your show?
Yeah.
I hate being on Quizplex, but I love being on your show.
Watch Quizplex on Tuesday. I'm hosting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine. But if Zach hosts, you can watch it and support it, but just, watch it with hate. Have you ever seen that Tom Segura clip on it's like a short where he talks about like this girl's YouTube account where she tries to be super positive, but all of her comments are like literally like hate from Australia, and it's just like, I've been hating on this girl before it was cool. And it's like the funny thing to do is to like put hate comments on her. That's me with Zach.
But as long as you donate and put in the super chat for our charities.
Yes, please donate all your money to the charity. Please support all the shows because Love Wrestling is fantastic. Love Wrestling had Kylie Ray at their show on Friday, and we got Kylie Ray on our show today. So we're bringing her across Canada, and it's a good time. I heard that she had a wonderful match with Zoe. Sorry, my bad. I'm really tired. But yeah, I heard that she had a fucking fantastic match, and I'm pumped to see it.
Yep, super professional to work with. She was great. Her and Zoe tore it up as we knew they would, and hopefully we'll have her back soon.
Hell yeah, man! I'm kind of hoping the same. Like I've already spent I've only spent about like an hour or two with her so far today, but I can already tell like she's just a wonderful person to be around, and she's like very excited to get to work tonight, and it's everything that you would want to have when you bring somebody down,
Yeah, absolutely. So what else is on the card for Crossbody happening at 4:00 on your YouTube page today?
That's correct. We're streaming it live today. Sorry that we didn't announce it until today, but it is what it is. We've got Jordan Oliver's in the house today. You're going to see him address the audience. You're going to see Psycho Mike taking on Pretty Ricky, which is going to be a really, really fun match. You have got Charlie Tiger defending his internet championship against the grinder Mark Shaw. You have Time Bomb. They will be going for the Crossbody Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, taking on Dynasty.
Yeah.
And speaking of Dynasty, you're going to see D. Smith in a triple threat match for #1 contender match for the Internet Championship, where he takes on Richard Adonis from the States, who's done some work with MLW and with TNA and whatnot. He's a really great young and up-and-coming guy that I'm excited to have on our show. And also one of my students who's another great up-and-comer by the name of the generational Alex Gagne, who's another guy that I think that everybody needs to keep eyes on. He's like 12 matches deep, and he's pretty damn good so far. You know what I mean? He definitely does. That was not me that said that. So just know that I endorsed the ringing endorsement that just happened.
That was me. Sorry, guys.
That came from the Lord MVP.
Yeah.
Wait, how long are we? Oh, we're past 10 minutes. I can.
We're well past 7. Yeah.
I'll try and be fucking professional, okay?
Independent wrestling, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
It also mentioned Psycho
That's
Mike.
LPW 39.
We also have Tyler Thomas versus with Mikey Jenkins on the card tonight. And then of course you got our big main event with Gabriel Fuerza and Crystal Moon taking on Kylie Ray and the debuting Jalen Hill, who is the second ever female student to graduate from Crossbody in the 10 years that we've been open. And I feel like I need to do another show just to kind of explain how proud I am of her and how excited I am for this debut, just because her hard work to get to this point and to get to today has truly been one of the cooler stories that I've ever been a part of. And she's one of the absolute sweetest human beings, and she genuinely works so hard and loves this so much. And it's one of those things where if you've ever met her, you can just see the passion exude and the excitement come out of her, and that it's just so genuine. So I'm very excited for the world to be able to see this really cool human being that's just been bubbling up here in our little church gym for the last couple of years.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. Match looks like so much fun.
You'll be able to watch it live, Lawrence.
Yeah, I will.
YouTube.com/Crossbody Pro Wrestling Academy. Go and hit the subscribe button and whatever that ding ding button is. So then that way you'll see the live link pop up, because I don't believe it's been created yet, but just know that it is going to be created, and we will be going live at 4 p.m.
Yeah. I was going to mention, Psycho Mike, legitimately one of the wrestlers that should be booked way more than he is. One of the, gets credit for, the comedic stuff, but, his in-ring ability is amazing. To do what he does on such a regular is so insane to me, how good he is. And the fact he's not on my TV is wild. He should be everywhere.
He should be a millionaire. He should have been a millionaire a long time ago, and I hate saying that because I know it drives him batshit bonkers because it just reminds him that he's not. But there's literally, he's one of the most talented, not best wrestler, he's the one of the best everything in wrestling. You wouldn't think that he could shoot grapple too, but me and him have had training sessions where we go, man, and trust me, brother knows what's up. He is one of the best all-around talents that I've ever seen in my life, and it's crazy that nobody has seen even half of his potential, and everybody already knows how great he truly is. He's a genius of a human. He's a genius of a wrestler, and I really wish that he was walking in here right now, just because then I would have made it as awkward as humanly possible. With James Stone, he hates comments. So every time I see him, I just hug him and tell him he's my favorite wrestler and how much I love working with him and how good he is. And he gets the heebie-jeebies and then tells me to go fuck myself. And it's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
He gets really.
But I mean every word though. I'm not even messing with him. I love James Stone. He really is that good. I just wish more people would put respect on his name.
Complimenting people who aren't receptive to compliments is amazing.
But for real, if James Stone is listening to this, and please clip this, James Stone, I love you, dude. You're one of the best wrestlers that I've ever seen. You don't get the credit that you deserve.
Yeah.
And I wish to wrestle you 100 more times.
You.
Me.
Going to be at C4 coming up. C4 fighting back. James Stone.
I'm sure I'll see him in Montreal whenever the next show is. I don't even know when it is.
Yeah. They have their First Blood, their New Blood show this afternoon as well.
Oh, I do know when I'll be back, actually, but we haven't announced this yet.
Yeah,
they have a project in the works.
But yes, they have a
Yeah,
they have a mini
fun.
show today at the dojo of the young students.
This is Tyler Thomas. Say hi.
Hey,
Hi, Tyler.
Who's behind you? I just saw another head. Oh, there's Travis Moore.
Hey,
We're just
how you
getting
doing,
everybody
guys?
booked on the brunch gimmick today.
Yeah.
Welcome. Yeah, and they all messed. They're all gone. They ran away like little media aficionados.
Yeah.
Because if there's one thing pro wrestlers hate, it's attention.
They really do. It's
Yeah.
the worst. No, and don't follow any of us. What's that? No, you kind of threw me off guard here. I'm gonna pass you over to Mike because I do got some work I gotta do. But I just wanted to come on here because he's just like, hey, Lawrence and Boris are on, and I was like, I will always give time to Lawrence and Boris. So thank you very much for having me on your show, even though I didn't know I was going to be on it. And I love you guys. And please watch the show today at youtube.com/Crossbody Pro Wrestling Academy. Yeah, I see you flashing, you big dick motherfuckers.
We got the ticker there.
Yes.
That was Boris.
LPW 41, big dick motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Clip that. All right. Thank you guys. Love you, boys.
Bye, Ben. Thank you so much.
All right. Ben's got work to do, and I just don't want to hold the phone. I'm going to go. I love you guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mike. Have a good one.
Mwah.
Have a great show. Bye, buddy. Well, it was fun.
That was fun. Absolutely. Support the community, countrywide, worldwide.
All like Kylie Ray doing the lengths of Canada here, and I think a few times it's happened that a LPW wrestler's done crossbody like the next day or within like the next 2. Like I think Speedball did it the next day because I know that because he got me. I asked him to get me LPW merch, so he was my LPW mule for a day.
It's a quick turnaround sometimes. I was talking to Eli Surge. I was trying to get him on SNL last night, and he worked in Ontario last night. And to work Edmonton on a Friday night and then get your butt all the way to Ontario, like that's crazy turnaround. Like some of the miles these guys put on. Like I just get to come home and then go back the next month. But these guys are all over, and it's a tough lifestyle.
Yeah, like just
nobody wants to book me though. Maybe I'm not as good as everyone says I am.
Book Boris, Jesus, everyone should book Boris.
Yeah, clip that too.
Yeah. But yeah, like even for me to get to crossbody is a 7-hour trip, like 14 hours back and forth. So yeah, it's not like Canada is annoyingly huge for no reason. Yeah. It's like part of the reason why you don't see some independent wrestlers in every cause it's hard to travel. And here's like a little peek behind the thing. A lot of independent wrestlers work second 2 or 3 other jobs, so it's hard to get the time off to do cross-country trips, which is like why you don't see as many IWS people at Crossbody, because it's hard on Sundays and stuff. But yeah, support Crossbody Pro Wrestling, their show at 4 p.m. on YouTube. It's free right here on YouTube. It's good friends, Ben. Thanks, Ben and Mike, for hopping on. So yeah,
I like those guys.
You know what? I actually do have a LPW match set up so we can still talk and shoot the shit.
Okay, what are we gonna watch?
I've got because I haven't seen it yet. Bussy versus Ride or Die from LPW 26, the Clothesline. I'm gonna set that up, and there will be ads because I will not sign up for Google Premium. Share screen. Boop, boop. Full screen.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
It's not scheduled.
It's scheduled.
Tag Team Championship.
Look at Judge Ben Ullman.
Yeah.
Your referee for this title bout.
And I always wonder why Spencer has no voice the next day to do the brunch gimmick.
Yeah, Ben hung out with us last night on SNL, and he's got his finger on the pulse of everything that's going on in Alberta wrestling. And I have always lived in my bubble of the promotion I work for is where I kind of focus most of my attention. But yeah, he knows everything that's going on, and he knows everybody. And yeah, he's definitely got the passion. Tag team titles on the line. Listen to those beautiful tones of Big Bad Boris. Effie and Ali were also super professional, super cool. Super cool.
Yep, there's
an insider thing about this is I was talking to Effie, and the next day, I believe it was the next day, or maybe no, it was the next day. He had Cage of Survival, in GCW, then the next day he had to move, and going to that, doing this show and then flying all the way over to Atlantic City and then doing that match, which was a little aggressive,
brutal.
And then moving the next day. I was like, it's a tough life, man.
Goddamn ads.
Speak No Evil is a film involving a woman with a box cutter.
Yeah.
Oh, let's get into that.
That's all you need to sell it.
Gonna happen.
That's all you need.
But yeah, no, they were super cool, super fun, super professional. And of course, Ride or Die, stranglehold on those tag team titles.
I mean, Ride or Die, truly one of the best tag teams in Canada. And so
and there's that other guy, frick. I'm not going to say nice things about him because he hates it when I do that, so screw Michael Richard Blaze. He's not even that good anyway. We got a nice venue too. That venue looks good on camera too. Like, we're really lucky with everything that we've got for sure.
Like, I think this one... Actually, no, you've got a second level.
It's kind of weird. There's the floor area where the ring is, and then there's one level up, and there's like a little aisle, or just like a little floor there with a bunch of tables, and that's where Dash and I sit. And then up the stairs, there's one more level. That's like the main level where the door to come into the bit like that room is, and like the merch and the bar is up there, and there's a little bit of seats. And then way up top, there's another level where you can sit and look down, which I think I'd like to see us stick a camera up there at some point because that'd be a unique view. But it really is a cool venue.
Yeah, I think it's a little it's got a little more than the one in Toronto, the Rec Room in Toronto, because like they also run wrestling shows out of there.
Yeah,
like I went to go see one there. The weekend of Forbidden Door last year. I saw some independent show,
Look at me sucking up to GCW because I want to work there. They have a pretty good commentator, though. A legendary guy over there, so there's no space for me.
So you got the experience of Effie. You just take it one day at a time, one match at a time, and focus on what you got in front of you.
Effie did talk about this match a little bit on his podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
good things, I hope.
Yeah. He did mention how that the Rhinestone Cowboy was a very, very good kisser.
It's been known to be a little slippery.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And like also said how great they were in the match, how professional they were.
Nice. Oh, I don't think Steven's gonna go for that.
That's disrespect.
I mean, in all fairness, Alley Catch actually from Texas.
Yes.
Stephen Crow not allowed to do something about it, but they can do whatever they want with that gear.
I do love what we do, man.
Yeah.
We had a good show on Friday night. Check out Casey Ferreira and Reed Matthews. Really, really, really good.
Starting off for their respective teams, renewing a rivalry that began 1 month ago in this very building.
And Judas Icarus is crazy. He's got one speed and it's just balls out, and he just has that intensity, and it doesn't waver. It's so fun to watch. Sorry, I'm just going over the show on Friday in my head, and it really was
new
one
TNA signing too, Judas Icarus.
Yeah, one of the all our shows are good, but definitely like one of the better ones for sure.
Extending the hand.
Already has like his face on signage there. Really cool to see at the press conference in Montreal.
Mind games.
Oh, we got a little two-step in action.
until Stephen Crow says he doesn't want a two-step anymore.
Not bad. It's pretty good.
I mean, she's from Texas, Boris.
That's not her first rodeo, no pun intended. I wish I would have thought of that when I was.
I don't know where they invented that.
And now we're about to professionally wrestle.
Yeah, and that big screen in the back is really nice too. That's really sharp.
It's a nice dip.
These are mind games. These are mind games. There you go.
The dip into the elbow. And I think
Dash hates fun.
done messing around. She wants gold.
Like, why can't we just have fun?
There's extra room in that suitcase.
Also, I was watching For Exposure this morning, right here on Love Wrestling, and I've added Blair to the No Fun gang.
Yeah, Blair doesn't like fun either. He makes the face whenever I'm on the air with him that is like this.
Yeah.
Effie not impressed with Taryn from accounting in the corner.
I don't think Taryn from accounting's very impressed.
They never should have taught me how to use all this stuff.
Yeah.
Not bad. He's making a mockery of Stephen Crow. What's not bad about that? It's disrespectful.
That's a pretty good two-step too. I think that's not his first rodeo either.
Right, Stephen Crow responding.
I hope we never find out.
See, I think it's all about the belt. Taking that side headlock, distractions, the rhinestone distraction.
Now Tara's going to hands his breast.
I'm just like, I'm not a. I think everybody would say, like the guys in the ring would say, I don't want to speak for everybody, but a lot of them don't like, watching back matches. I know Sheik Akbar Shabazz hates watching back his matches, so whenever he comes to my house, I make him watch all his matches. But it's odd here, listening to myself sometimes, because sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm nailing it, and other times I'm like, oh, they could have done that better, but.
It is hard. It's very, very hard for me to listen back to interviews I do. It's weird doing this and be like, I hate the sound of my own voice. Why would anyone listen to this?
Yeah. But I think it's just because we're so passionate about what we do. We want everything to be perfect all the time. And
yeah.
Effie now charging the ropes. Just pulled the legs out from underneath.
And Stephen Crow, the best dressed athlete in Love Pro Wrestling, continually purchasing new gear, and the stuff that he's got is just fire.
Gorgeous.
Always looking good. And it's funny because I remember when he first started working, he started wrestling when PWA was still around, and he had kind of almost like a gothy sort of gimmick, but he just found himself and he found what he wanted to do and found what worked for him, and he's really leaned into the Rhinestone Cowboy thing, and it's been awesome to watch him, as lame as it sounds, kind of blossom into the performer he is, to see him coming from someone who didn't care about wrestling to starting to ref, and then trying the goth thing and getting comfortable with himself, and now what he's doing now. The past 3 years, it's been phenomenal to watch him become what he is. It's really interesting. It's in those Blaze jeans, I tell you.
Yeah.
Sorry, am I talking too much? I apologize.
No.
I think the fun is about to end and the business about to begin.
I was going to mention the Earl Hebner thing. Joel went to go do an interview at the Talent Hotel.
Okay.
And saw Earl Hebner there. I think this was on the Friday or Saturday morning. I think it was Saturday morning. And reported on Fightful that Earl Hebner was going to be there.
Oh, really?
And then we get to the venue, and I show Joel that listed, this is before Slammiversary, that listed with all the autograph signings for the next day, for the Sunday, for Fan Fest. They had Earl Hebner up there, so they spoiled their own surprise.
But let's let Earl make a few bucks and sign some autographs, though, for sure. I love you, Blair. I think Shoot Blair doesn't like me, for real. And he'll say, no, Boris, I think you're great, but I have a little nonsense that comes along with wherever I go.
Devastating maneuver.
Devastating.
There, me.
How many seconds do we get in the ring here?
Enough to go for the cover. tags in and out from Pussy.
Yeah, I like what we do. I think we do what we do very well. So when are you coming out this way again?
Trying to hyperextend the
I've got to find time, like maybe next year, I think.
And it's not cheap to get out here. It's not cheap to get anywhere, really. But
quick tags in and out now. Ali's turn.
Goddamn right, Morass.
The fans know what they want.
I think we should just let this one.
and it's you got to kind of tiptoe around that because I don't want to just ignore the fact they're saying more ass, but like I can't say more ass. But I just have theories of and I talked to like Dash. Dash is new and he's learning and he's doing a great job, and I give him what I think is right because I don't think there's necessarily any time like the right and wrong way to do things. Everybody has their own theories. Just this is the way I choose to do things, and this is what I think is right. And I think it works for like even like a referee could be like, this is the way that I choose to do things. This is what I think is right. Maybe it's not the right way, but I think it works in everything. And I think that's why it's important to like work with a lot of people and wrestle a lot of people and get around and learn the way people do things.
Champions now trying to cut that ring. Get Effie back into their corner.
Momentum back the other way. Ride or Die knows what they're doing here. They'll cut this ring in half, execute some textbook tag team wrestling, keep Effie right where he is.
Tag into Stephen Crow.
It's cool also to see the pictures from the big screens up at the Ice Palace at West End right now and seeing like advertisements for our show. That's really cool too.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really the card is stacked. It's going to be a really fun day. I'm really looking forward to it. It was a bummer about what happened with Slugger Slam because me being a big baseball guy, I was really excited about that because I love baseball and I take my baseball and my wrestling and put it all together. But just the way the horrible fires are going here in Alberta, we couldn't do it. But that was going to be a really fun day. Hopefully next year we can make up for that one.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to be a very fun show. Like, I'm also a huge baseball fan, but like I lost my team some time ago and I never really found a new team to cheer for.
Who was your team?
The Montreal.
Oh, you must have been an Expos guy, duh, right?
Yeah, I was literally at the last ever game. Which was
really? So you didn't decide I'm a Nationals guy now? No?
No, absolutely not.
Because there were rumors that the Rays were going to play half their games in Montreal, but that never really came to fruition,
that's
did it?
just one of the many times the billionaire owners have used Montreal as a way to get more money out of their cities.
Okay. How's that stadium holding up, though? How's the Olympic Stadium holding up? I remember like pieces of the roof falling off, but that was a long time ago. Is it usable for games?
Yes. For like they do it for like big shows. It's legitimately, it was pretty much from the time it was like finally completed, it was out of date. That's the problem with it.
Okay.
Like they still use it, like it's still a Olympic pool, and they still use it as a venue, like rarely, but like for big soccer games and stuff, they use the Olympic Stadium, or like soccer games during the winter.
Because a few years ago, the Blue Jays played exhibition games there. They acted, and it was really cool.
Yeah, like when Alex Anthonopoulos was there, who started with the Expos and a Montreal guy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that's why.
Really, that's really cool.
Yeah, he stated like when he was GM of the Blue Jays, he stated he would leave that job if the Montreal team came back.
Wow, I was not aware of that.
Yeah, he was a graduate of what was called Expos University, which was like especially like the last few years of the Expos, they gave a lot of people like their first jobs in baseball, and it was like more experimental.
Not paid by the hour, they want to get in and get out with the gold.
But yeah, if a team comes here, we need a new stadium, which is like also would help us get a Big Four wrestling pay-per-view. Is why they don't do Rumble here.
Yeah, true.
It's because
started the year dripping in gold.
Granted, like the Bell Center is the biggest arena in hockey, but like it's another thing for they need a big stadium show for one of those big WWE shows, which is like the only reason.
Montreal's a wrestling town; it always has been.
Yeah. It's the only reason why we haven't gone to Big Four.
Knee right into the jaw, stacking alley catch up in the corner.
And some name calling.
and it's what's keeping it from getting another baseball team back.
Knee right between the shoulder blades, and now stacking up. Alley catch in the corner. Perhaps some tandem offense.
This always looks like it would suck to take. Like you just kind of, you just gotta eat this move, and this is what's gonna happen. Because that doesn't look like a lot of fun.
Nope.
For the cover.
Speaking of fun,
Too much of the chagrin of Stephen Crow.
She dug deep there. She's starting to show some wear and tear. If I know anything about Ali Catch, he won't be down for long.
Crow wisely keeping himself between Ali Catch and her partner, firing in forearms right on the jaw.
Throughout her career, she's been hit with everything, including the kitchen sink, and she just gets back up. I don't see this being any different.
including the kitchen sink. That is unverified, however.
Yeah.
We need to do our research before we tell tales out of school.
Again, right between the shoulder blades at the base of the neck.
That's a great setup.
Simple ins and out. Keeping it simple, keeping it violent.
See the pain etched across the face of Ali Catch.
Oh, calculated. Precision.
Bloodsport is tonight, is it not?
Yeah, at 7 p.m. So after Crossbody, you can switch over to Bloodsport.
Oh, again.
Very cool card for that. You got WWE dipping their toes again in the Independents with 3 or 4 people this time.
Because what, Shayna's on that
the both Creed brothers.
That no quarter catch crew guy's on it too, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, William Regal's son.
I don't watch
Charlie
enough
Dempsey.
That's the name I'm looking for.
Yeah. And both Creed brothers are in individual matches.
See, it's weird with the Bloodsport because I always say that if I want to watch MMA, I'll just watch MMA. So it's not necessarily one of the big shows I look forward to during WrestleMania week, but I always end up really enjoying it when I watch it.
Yeah. I think this
is a unique idea.
Yeah, like the best matches have been like the ones with Moxley. Like sells the shit out of those matches when he's in them, and like the Yo-Yo sell on the like that kick a few years ago was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
I like to see Harry gets to work those shows as well, and it's always good to see Harry. So, Biscuit.
Creed. Yep.
Do you get French ads because you're in Montreal? That's crazy. Do you speak French like fluently?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't. My Alberta might be showing here, and I apologize. I'm not a redneck. I swear to God. But like, is it true that if you go to Montreal and you are only an English speaker, that you are frowned upon, or am I telling tales out of school again?
In like the greater Montreal area, it's not that bad because like they're used to it. But like outside of Montreal, it's a lot of people are going to be a little harder on you if you just speak English.
So if I went to like Gatineau, I would be.
Well, Gatineau's a little easier because like they're on the border.
Canadian.
They're on the border with Ottawa, right? So they're also used to it because it's really the Ottawa-Gatineau region.
Oh, okay. I have great.
But yeah, like I literally have fluent. Like when it's just me and my mom talking to each other or texting. Like my mom only speaks French to me, and I only answer in English. So we just have a bilingual. Like I speak French because I have to for work. Like the majority of my managers are French.
Pupitre means desk. Stilo means pen.
Yeah.
Bibliothèque means library. Reversals. That's grade 6 French. I don't know what it's like in school here now. Like when I was in school 1,000 years ago, you were mandatory French up to grade 6, and then it was an option going into junior high. So I didn't follow up with it. So I'm like that stereotypical Western Canadian who says pupitre means desk. Yeah, there were chants during the TNA pay-per-view and TV, and I was like, oh man, I want to know what they're like. They were chanting something at Ali because I'm in the middle of this week's TNA TV. I just started it, and they were chanting something at him, and he's like, I don't know what that means, and I kind of wanted to know if it was what it was, but if it was like something real rude or something funny or some like inside French joke.
It was the majority of the time it's on son calice, which basically means we don't give a fuck.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Or we
Excellent
don't give a
work,
shit.
Quebec.
Yeah.
She landed it, spiked him.
So usually when the heel tries to cut a promo,
Two is
they chant him "On s'en calisse." Starts breaking.
I like
out.
it.
Yeah. Really, if the direct translation, if you go word for word, is we don't chalice, because the calice is the a lot of French Canadian curse words are just things found in a church.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the chalice where you hold the wine or the host.
Yeah.
The host. Tabernacle, the tabernacle.
Two from the judge.
It's just things found in a Catholic church, yeah. And like you can, they're used like fucking shit. Like they're very versatile, fun words.
Pissed off.
I'm learning. We're bringing cultures together here on the Brunch Gimmick this morning.
Like again, I point to the movie Bone Cup Bad Cop, where they literally have a scene explaining French Canadian curse words to somebody from Ontario. I think they do a great job of explaining it.
She was smart to turn around when she sensed that the impact didn't come. Oh, but not in time. Ali Catch got it.
Big pump kick from Pro, takes out Catch again.
Yeah, I was sitting with JPJ and Joel, like Joel from Ontario, JPJ from Boston. So me and Zach constantly had to translate for them.
Oh, JPJ's Boston accent pops me so hard.
Yeah. He was the only one cheering for the Americans in all their American garb.
He's a great guy, though. I like that guy a lot.
And he will be out with Pluggo this weekend representing Love Wrestling at
Yes, I
SummerSlam.
want that. I want their meeting. I want that videotaped because it's going to be like that slow run hug with like the big orchestral music. That moment needs to be captured.
TFA, Ali Catch. Trading shots, exchanging bombs in the middle of the ring.
Oh, yeah.
This match was good.
She's from the
Yeah,
deep south.
they're going at it.
This is called a Saturday night in Texas.
Clandestine society seem to be getting the better of the deal.
Till now. Whoa. Who's got the better of the
So
deal
Stephen
now?
Crow's a good kisser. That's the takeaway from this.
Yeah.
I like it.
Why are you so sweaty?
Stunner and Pedigree, the two-man power trip.
I think we got it. It's a dual pin. It's over.
Oh.
I thought, Ryan, that's the closest Ride or Die have come to losing those titles this year, Boris. Right there.
Boris.
Just getting the shoulders up in the nick of time.
You got them right where they want them. This thing's academic if Pussy can get on this.
Yeah, I hope they sold some merch and made some money while they were here. They're good people.
Got the leg.
Onto the floor.
Catch has second thoughts.
Ali looking for that pile driver. Pro able to go behind, rolling through. Catch kicks out.
Back and forth.
Ooh.
Oh. Colin Taryn back in. Here they go.
Again, Taryn looking to crunch the numbers. Assisted number cruncher from
Assisted number cruncher.
For everybody that faces Ride or Die.
Oh, break him.
Makes the save just in time.
Oh, I thought it was over.
Now Effie gonna take
I
on
believe the
Clandestine
denouement
Society.
is at hand.
Yeah.
I mean, unique style aside, when it comes down to it, Effie can get it done.
Numbers game just too much though.
Oh no.
Took out his
Uh-oh.
own partner.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, that's the Boris we haven't seen. Oh no.
His heart is broken.
Back in.
Dash's heart shattered.
Dash feels hard.
Yeah.
Guys run into anything like this. They've been a well-oiled machine. It only takes one mistake sometimes, Boris.
Effie up top. Taryn right in position to save the bacon of her partner. Crow able to sit out with that face jam. Taryn just slid that championship in. Van Ullman putting a stop to
Yeah.
that.
Hey, that's the
Ophelia
head officiating for
bought some
LPW. He's not gonna let
wrestling is
something
gay merch.
Taryn went low on Effie. Ullman didn't see it.
How you doing, Ophelia? By the way, hope you have a good
See?
weekend.
You notice. She's noticing me. I know what's going on here.
This might be
2,
enough, I think.
3. There it is. Huge win for Ride or Die.
Yep, solid match. That was a lot of fun to call, a lot of fun to watch. I'd have those folks back anytime.
Oh, like Ali Catch and Effie are so great for any independent promotion that books them. Like there's a reason why they have like the longest lines at merch. Like great wrestlers and one of the most also entertaining tag teams out there. Like they are well worth booking both of them for a show. I just saw them a few weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago at GCW, at the GCW show in Toronto.
That was a good show too. All right, bear with me here now. All right.
Yeah. Oh, you found it. The sound is off. Yeah, I can't hear anything.
Oh, can you not hear?
Yeah.
Oh, how come we can't hear? I thought, okay, hang on. Let me try this again. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing here.
But also in these, there is a wrestling connection to Bone Cup Bad Cup, at least Bone Cup Bad Cup 2. There we go.
What are you doing? I don't know if you don't respect procedures because you're ignorant, because you're a lunatic, or just because you're French. You can't do this.
Quoi la procédure dans ce temps-là? C'est ta juridiction. Merci.
Oh, nasty calice de pourrissal!
Surveille ton langage. Qu'est-ce qu'il a dit? Qu'on est des pourrissals. Hostie de calice. It's swearing. Hostie de pourri, c'est pourri pas mal. Mais calice de pourri, ça commence à être vraiment pourri. Mais c'est pas si pire que ça parce qu'il y a déjà quelqu'un qui va traiter de style pourri de calice de tabarnak.
Over the top pourri. C'est un peu que je tu vas trouver
I need subtitles for this.
Yeah, you need...
Fini. Tu peux le conjuguer aussi. You mean like a verb.
Yeah.
Moi, t'en calice une, là.
Ah, c'est beau, là. C'est un bel exemple, ça. Moi, t'en calice une. Tu peux le faire au masculin aussi.
So I'm going to say it means like I'm going to give you a good one. I'm going to fuck you up.
Ah, merci. Tu vois, j'allais l'oublier, celle-là. Tu peux l'utiliser comme un nom. Il a raison. Comme je vais t'en donner un tabarnak. C'est un nom propre. Ah, c'est vrai, on a des expressions aussi. Comme je m'en calisse.
OK, enough. Tu veux pas qu'il porte plainte?
Je m'en calisse.
And there it is, the Jean Callis. I don't give a shit. Basically, I don't give a shit.
Voyons, qu'est-ce qui se passe?
This was shot not far from my apartment.
Ta botte, elle bloque le coffre, là.
Excusez. Just hope you don't talk like that around children.
C'est boire de tabarnak, Gabriel.
I have my answer.
So yes, it can be used. Tabarnak is used in a multi-faceted ways. It's a very flexible word, which is what's fun about cussing in French, at least in French.
Fair enough.
Yep.
All right, we've learned a lot today.
Yep. Boris, thank you so much for hanging out with me today.
Always a pleasure. I want to do one more thing here. Sorry,
yeah.
Give me 5 seconds. We're just going to show those guys some more love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Check out Crossbody Pro today. What was it, 4 o'clock Eastern or 4 o'clock my time?
Eastern, 4 p.m. Eastern. So in
2
hours.
So 2,
under
2 p.m. Mountain.
Now.
Yes.
Yeah. You can check out on the YouTube. They're going live with their show. Going to be a fun show. You can see Kylie Ray, who's just at LPW on Friday. Like I mentioned before. Boris, tell the people what you got going on this week with the Saturday Night Love and everything.
I don't know, actually, because SummerSlam is Saturday, so I don't know if I'm being preempted for SummerSlam coverage or not. So I need to find that out from Spencer and the powers that be. But if I am on, I will dig up some folks, and we'll talk some nonsense. If you get a chance, go back and check out last night's broadcast, because again, it is the greatest hour and 20 minutes of content that's been produced on the internet ever.
Yep. And you could catch me back here next Sunday, and follow me at KartsyNDG on all the socials. Again, thank you so much, Boris. We will see you back here, same time, same place next week. Thanks everyone in the chat, Ophelia, everyone. We really appreciate you.
She's noticing me again.
Yeah, still noticing Boris. Everyone notices Boris. Thanks,
Hashtag everyone notices Boris.
Did they get rid of the outro? Or did it get pushed? Oh,
no, I knew. I saw
there
it
it is.
before.
There it is.